Thomas's train. Thomas often grumbled because he wasn't allowed to pull passenger trains. The other engines laughed.
You're too impatient,
Said Gordon.
you'd be surely something behind.
Rubbish, said Thomas crossly. You just wait. I'll show you. One night, he and Henry were alone. Henry was sick. The men worked hard, but he didn't get any better. Now, Henry usually pulled the first train in the morning, and Thomas had to get his coaches ready. If Henry is ill, he thought, perhaps I shall pull his train. Thomas ran to find the coaches. Come along, he fussed. There's plenty of time, grumbled the coaches. He took them to the platform and wanted to run round in front at once, but his driver wouldn't let him. Don't be impatient, Thomas, he said. So Thomas waited and waited. The passengers got in, the guard and station master walked up and down, the porter banged the doors, and still Henry didn't come. Thomas got more and more excited with each passing minute. The fat controller came out of his office to see what the matter was, and the guard and the station master told him about Henry.
Oh, dear,
He said.
find another engine.
He ordered. There's only Thomas, they said.
You'll have to do it then, Thomas. Be quick now.
So Thomas ran around to the front and back down on the coaches ready to start. Don't be impatient, said his driver. Wait until everything is ready. Thomas was too excited to listen to a word he said. Edward had just arrived with a freight train. His guard blew his whistle, but Thomas mistook it for his. And he started off without being coupled to the train. People shouted and waved at him, but he didn't stop. They're waving because I'm a splendid engine, he thought importantly. Henry says it's hard to pull trains, but I think it's easy. Hurry, hurry, hurry! He puffed, pretending to be like Gordon. As he passed the first signal box out of the yard, he saw the men leaning out and waving. They're pleased to see me, he thought. They've never seen me pulling a train before. It's nice of them to wave. Thank you, he called, and he hurried on. Halfway towards Tim's sheds, he came to a signal that said, danger. Bother, he thought. I must stop, and I was going so nicely too. What a nuisance signals are. He blew an angry whistle. A signaler ran up. Hello, Thomas, she said. What are you doing here? I'm pulling a train, said Thomas proudly. Can't you see? Where are your coaches, then? Thomas opened his smokebox door and looked back. Oh, my bless me, he said, if we haven't left them behind. Yes, said the signaler. You better go back quickly and fetch them. Poor Thomas was so sad he nearly cried. Cheer up, said his driver. Let's go back quickly and try again. At the station, the passengers were all talking at once. They were telling the fat controller, the station master, and the guard what a bad railway it was. But when Thomas came back, they saw how sad he was and they couldn't be cross. He was quickly coupled to the train, and this time he really pulled it. But for a long time afterwards, the other engines laughed at Thomas and said, Look, there's Thomas who wanted to pull a train, but forgot about the coaches.